work.
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah.
we're seeing bespoke basically everywhere.
Yeah.
This is where that meaning shift, that semantic drift, really seems to have accelerated, especially in the last few decades. The word has broadened its application massively. As one source pointed out, it's now describing things that aren't just non-clothing. Sometimes they're not even physical things at all.
Like the bespoke software example.
Exactly like that. Things like software systems designed literally from the ground up for one specific company's unique needs and workflow. Not just configuring an off-the-shelf package.
Okay.
Or bespoke financing solutions tailored for really complex individual situations. Bespoke web content, maybe, crafted for very specific international audiences, taking cultural nuances into account. Bespoke reporting systems built to deliver highly specific data points, KPIs for just one organization.
Right, like customizing your business intelligence dashboards down to the last detail.
Precisely. And then you see it in areas like interior design, too. People talk about bespoke kitchens or furniture. Not just made to measure from existing cabinet lines, but properly designed and built from unique sketches, unique materials, often involving really detailed collaboration between the designer, the client, various craftspeople.
Yeah.
It's taking a general idea and creating a truly unique piece specifically for that one space and that one client.
So we've really traveled, haven't we? From corsets in 18th century plays to software architecture and kitchen cabinets. It's quite a jump.
It really is. And of course, we can't possibly forget that truly memorable example from, I think it was 2009 in one of the sources, the bespoke pizza.
Yes, the bespoke pizza. Described as having, what, a whiskey-infused base?
Something like that, yeah. And specific artisanal cheeses and toppings, all requested especially by the customer.
Okay, so this explosion in usage, pizza, software, doors, finance, across so many different fields, this is obviously where the debate kicks in. And maybe, yes, some eye-rolling, too. Those online forums certainly had some strong feelings.
Oh, they definitely did. A lot of commenters feel the word is just massively overused now and often misused.
Yeah.
The complaints vary, didn't they? Some felt it just sounds pretentious, like someone's trying too hard to sound sophisticated. Others called it like a shiny toy word, just pure marketing hype, or simply a justification to charge more money.
And I suppose if your benchmark is that traditional tailoring definition, pattern from scratch, all those fittings, the hand finishing, then applying bespoke to picking your pizza toppings or just getting a standard door cut to fit an opening, well, it does seem kind of absurd. Maybe even a bit insulting to people doing genuine craft work.
That's a very common viewpoint in the sources, absolutely. The argument that, look, bespoke should be reserved for that specific high level of custom, handcrafted, from the ground up creation.
Yeah.
And when you slap it onto something that just involves, say, choosing from a predefined list of options or making minor adjustments to a standard template, many people feel that really dilutes the word. It devalues the specific deep meaning it once held. There was one commenter on Reddit who just put it as custom, but it'll cost you.
Ouch. Yeah. Suggesting the main thing it signals now is just a higher price tag.
Pretty much.
So, okay, one side of the argument sees this broader usage as a kind of misuse, maybe even a theft of the term, from its roots in genuine high-level craftsmanship. They'd argue it muddies the waters, creates confusion, and wrongly equates fairly limited customization with true, ground-up, unique creation. That jeweler's perspective in our sources made that point really well, I thought.
Yeah, that was a good example.
Saying, custom might be changing the stone in a standard ring setting they already offer, but bespoke is sitting down with the client, sketching, designing a completely unique ring that tells their specific story, built just for them, starting from nothing.
Exactly. They feel something important is lost when the word gets spread so thin like this.
But then, hang on, isn't this just language? Isn't this how words work? Meanings shift, they expand, based on how people actually use them day to day. The same source that flagged the bespoke pizza also pointed out that the meaning custom-made isn't actually that new for bespoke.
Sure.
And we're really just extending it beyond clothing and certain services, which, as we saw, weren't its only applications to begin with anyway. Remember the bespoke plays?
That's the other side of the coin, and it's an equally valid argument from a linguistic perspective. Semantic drift, meaning change, it's just a natural ongoing process in any living language. You can't really stop it.
Right.
So you could argue that the core idea embedded in the word, made to order according to individual requirements, that idea is simply being applied logically to new contexts, new areas where that level of customization or uniqueness or personalized service is now being offered.
Mm.
Whether that's designing complex software architecture or crafting a really detailed, personalized vacation itinerary,
Mm.
the basic concept of building something specifically for an individual client based on their needs arguably still applies.
So it's this really interesting tension, isn't it, between wanting to preserve a very specific, historically rich definition that's tied to a particular kind of craft,
Yes.
and on the other hand, allowing the word to just naturally evolve as this concept of made uniquely for you pops up in totally new corners of our economy and our culture.
Exactly. And the whole debate gets fueled, as those forums really showed, by the strong feeling that the word is often just weaponized for marketing.
Yeah, just a buzzword.
Right. Used purely to signal premium, exclusive, justify that higher price, without necessarily delivering on the deep, from-scratch, multi-fitting, handcrafted detail that the traditional definition implies.
Mm.
It really highlights a clash, maybe, between valuing perceived exclusivity versus valuing genuine, painstaking craftsmanship.
It's been quite the journey for a word that, literally just started out meaning to speak for something.
It really has.
From ordering boots and commissioning plays back in the 18th century to designing intricate software systems and, yes, ordering custom pizzas today.
It absolutely shows how language is this living, breathing thing. It reflects our changing world, doesn't it? Our economy, how we think about and value personalization, uniqueness, across a much wider range of things than ever before, even if we don't always agree on the precise terms we should use to describe them.
Okay, so let's try and pull this all together from our deep dive. We've traced bespoke right back to its old English roots to speak for, arrange beforehand. We saw its really strong historical tie to custom tailoring, defined by starting patterns from scratch, those multiple fittings, lots of handwork.
Gold standard.
Yeah. And then we watched its meaning expand dramatically, spreading out to describe all sorts of personalized products and services across countless industries today.
And we've definitely seen that key distinction that some sources, especially craftspeople, still hold very dear.
Right.
The line between true bespoke, meaning a unique item, crafted totally from the ground up for one client, involving a deep collaborative process, and the broader terms like custom or made to measure, which more often means selecting from options or adjusting an existing template.
And we've definitely explored the very mixed reactions to its modern, widespread use, everything from appreciating its flexibility for new kinds of personalized service.
Yeah, acknowledging the evolution.
All the way to frustration, eye-rolling, the feeling that the term's been watered down, misused as just marketing hype, and kind of disconnected from its origins and really meticulous from-scratch work.
It definitely leaves us thinking about how we define value, maybe, and uniqueness in a world that's just saturated with choices and customization options.
Yeah, that's a great point. So maybe the final thought for you, the listener, to mull over is this. As bespoke keeps getting used more and more broadly for this huge range of things, does the word itself still really carry that specific signal of detailed, from-scratch craftsmanship it once did?
Or has it mostly become a marketing label? A way to signal exclusivity and, let's be honest, justify a higher price.
And if that's the case, what does it mean for the language we use going forward? How do we talk about and recognize those truly unique, handcrafted items that do still meet that rigorous traditional definition? Something to think about next time you see that word bespoke attached to something.